with one blade and a scissor. Are you willing to go away when I want you to stay?
Just hear those sleigh bells jingling, ring ting, kicking the cool. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride and kicking the cool. Outside the snow is falling and friends are kicking the cool. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride and kicking the cool. Welcome to Kick the Cool, everyone.
Kick it up, kick it up, kick it up. Let's cool. Let's kick it the cool.
Our cheeks are nice and rosy and comfy, kicking the cool. We're snuggled up together like two birds of a kicking the cool. Two birds of a kicking the cool. That's what I just said. Yes, welcome to Kick the Cool, the place where we give you the reviews you did not know you needed. I am your big little brother, Tone.
I'm your little brother, Wopsle.
I'm your big sister, Shishi.
Oh boy, guys, this is the last episode of season 2. And we're putting this out. This is all about Black Friday. It's coming out on Black Friday. Mm-hmm. And that's scary. So this is actually a spooky episode. No, it's not spooky, is it?
It's not. Is it Friday the 13th? No, it's Saturday.
Let's talk about Slimer.
Have you guys ever thought about Slimer just for a minute?
We never talk about Slimer. So yeah, but I mean, you know, Black Friday is wow. What a powerful name that is. Just a powerful phrase. Black Friday sounds so scary. And where did Black Friday get its name? You know, is it because of all the craziness? And they were like, what's the worst thing we can say about this? It's just death.
Yeah, I think
People
that it's because people died in Walmart. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did people actually die in Walmart, though?
I don't know. Probably.
That
was the death of hope and joy.
Oh, yeah.
If you're really asking, it came because that is when retail stores were in the black for the year. That day after Thanksgiving, they sold so much stuff that it would put them in the black for the whole year.
That's really true.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. I thought,
that's where that name came from.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's true or not. It sounds completely true, so I'm buying it. But have you ever gone and like done Black Friday the way that you're supposed to do it?
Oh, every day of my life. We do Black Friday. So here's the deal. We don't even buy stuff because I don't need the crap. We just go out and like wander around and just
old ladies
run.
and children.
We do.
Right?
We'll get up to the front and just run like crazy screaming and then just like mill around for 15 minutes and then go to another store. It's the greatest. Black Friday it's like the running of the bulls. It's the American running of the bulls. Is Black Friday.
Is.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Totally. You're elbowing old ladies. Is that what you said?
Yes. Yeah.
So here's the trick. You go with someone else, and as soon as you go in, somebody gets in line just in case the other person finds something that they want to buy.
In line to check out, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And if you don't find anything, then you leave. If you do find something, then you're already in line.
Oh, see, now I was never that strategic. That's why it sucked so bad for me, and I never went back.
Don't ask me how many times I've stood in a line for 45 minutes only to have Amy come up and say, yeah, there's nothing. Let's go to the next store. All right. So it's just a series of lines that we're standing in. And that's what Black Friday is. Right.
But, you know, this year it's different. I mean, last year and this year, most of especially this year, they've extended Black Friday and Walmart already had signs out for Black Friday pickup like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's upon us.
We're not putting it all on the day.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I have Walmart Plus, and with Walmart Plus, you get access to all the Black Friday deals before everyone else.
Oh.
And so it was like 2 weeks before they started doing it, you know, on the website that celebrating Black Friday.
Ain't you special?
2 weeks before that, I know it. And I went through and went, oh man, if I had money, this would be awesome. Right. but I paid it all for Walmart Plus.
Right.
They got your money anyway.
I'm broke from all the Walmart Plus, but man, look at these deals.
The greatest thing, of course, about Black Friday is that it is basically the moment of the beginning of Christmas, right?
Yeah.
And so here we are on kind of the first day. Black Friday is kind of the first day of the Christmas holiday, in my opinion. But a lot of people don't care about Thanksgiving anymore. And that's a whole thing we could get into. But we won't talk about that or I'll get mad. So we'll just talk about Christmas. This is our Christmas episode, folks.
Yes.
Let's get Christmassy up in here. Well, so do you have a Christmas topic that we could talk about?
Well, I think the most appropriate way to start off talking about Christmas would be just to really do a deep dive into the sweet, sweet baby Jesus. I'm just kidding. Let's talk about decorations. I'm talking lights and Santa and Frosty and all the Christmas things. This was suggested by the at least around here, the queen of all decorations, my wife Amy. She said, "You got to talk about decorations because we are like in it to win it around here with these decorations." So, so what do you think about Christmas decorations?
Well, I like to decorate some when I'm not depressed because, seasonal depression is a real thing. But, so I didn't decorate at all for any of these holidays that we've had this year. Last year, I think we did put up the tree. So I'll probably try to get the tree up this year. But really, the first thing I think about when I think of decorations for Christmas is when I worked in a museum, because they used to go all out with the antique Christmas trees and, they used to deck it out with lights everywhere. It was like a 2-day job to get all of these things up. Well, I worked with a lady who had very particular ideas about how things should be. And so I was actually the unofficial curator of the museum, and she was like the office helper, but she was also married to the director. So, yeah. So she would lay this, she had this greenery that she would lay out over the top of the glass cabinets so that you could not see the artifacts inside the glass cabinets. I would go
decorations.
around. Yes, she was decorating. Looked great. I mean, she had a real knack for it. But I would just move it gently back to the back of the cabinet instead of right across the glass. Right to the back, just scooted it all back, and I'd come in the next day, and it would be right back again. And we did this over and over and over again. And I was like, you can't see the stuff that they're coming in here to see, lady. You're working a museum. What that reminds me of?
It sounds like your version of the party planning committee from The Office.
Yes, indeed. Indeed. I was the committee to plan parties. And she was the party planning committee. So, and we were just every day going at it. Mm-hmm. So women kind of have particular ideas was my whole point. And I wonder if Amy also has particular ideas about her decorations.
Control paste to every issue.
Right?
But, well, that's good. Tone, what about you? What comes to mind when you think about Christmas decorations?
I'm just going to be honest here, and this is going to not taint necessarily, but it's going to color the rest of the episode for our listeners. I'm not a Christmas guy. Okay, I'm not.
Christmas guy.
I'm not a Christmas dude.
I'm not a Christmas lady either, so you and I will just take the heat. It's fine. We'll do it together.
Bring it on, guys. Yep. And so, but decorations, when we were kids, I loved decorating the tree so much. That was the funnest thing. Mom would let us help with the tree. And a lot of times we would make it look horrible. And so
looked good to us.
It looked good to us, but I'm sure because we didn't have a thing called restraint when it came to decorating the tree.
And those were the days when you actually used tinsel on those loose strands of shiny plastic, you would just tinsel the tree, and we just clump it on there. Just throw clumps.
So bad.
Mom would come back behind us and spread it all out nicely. I guess it was supposed to look like snow. I don't know.
That stuff was terrible.
Icicles, of course.
Yeah, I bet Mom did. We didn't know it, but I bet she did what I do now, which is after your kids go to bed, after decorating the tree, then you fix it all night.
Yes, that goes back to the ladies having the ideas. Also, that reminds me of another incident I had with a long time ago, my boyfriend's mother. We decorated the tree, my boyfriend and I. And then when we came back a couple hours later, it was completely changed. Not subtly. It was completely changed.
With malice.
With
right.
To make sure you notice.
She was just fixing our mistake.
Well, so I'm a very Christmas guy. I kind of always have been. We're already decorated long before Thanksgiving around
You're
here.
Christmas all year round, Wopsle.
Listen, I very notably, I push play on my Christmas music on October 15th. I force myself to wait till then, but I start playing Christmas October 15th. So I think we'll have a good mix here of kind of each end of the spectrum. But I'm a big fan of if you're all in, go all in whenever you want. And if you don't, live and let live Christmas-wise is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
But as far as my perspective is, I think the thing that can unify everybody is, what about driving around looking at lights? Like the outside of house lights or like the drive-through where there's all the stuff. Aren't Christmas lights at night, like the big epic ones, isn't that the best ever?
It's the best ever.
It really is.
That is one Christmas activity that I can really get behind because the kids are in the car. We're all together. We got the Christmas music on the radio. So I only get to look at half of the lights for just a moment because I am driving.
Yeah.
Right.
But the kids get all of it. So that's my contribution to their Christmas spirit.
I absolutely adore it, and it's the only. I guess it's the only thing that gets me kind of in the Christmas spirit. I'm so tired of the same old songs, especially that sleigh ride. Ugh. But I'm so tired of all the Christmas songs and all the same old stuff every year. And the lights are the only thing to me that are special and different every year.
But then you just catch, I have a neighbor that's literally 3 houses down from me that has the one where you turn your radio to a certain station and it's synced up and everything. And it's incredible. I mean, it's like the biggest and best thing I've ever seen. But it's just this one random house in our neighborhood that's really good. So
I love it.
Yeah, I feel like, from my experience, lights are what unifies. Everybody loves it. No matter how bah humbug you are, going to see some great lights, it's just good for anybody.
Oh, yeah.
I even love you got the window down, so you can see and everything better, apparently. But then you also have the heater blasting. So there's like,
because it's cold.
Yeah. So like that kind of like contrast of your cheeks are cold, but then you got it's just everything. It's the perfect part of Christmas decoration experience.
Now I know that at one point on this podcast we talked about getting up through your sunroof.
Yeah.
I think that this is a perfect time to do that. Everyone, go ahead and do it. Just stand up in your car out of your sunroof so you can really see the heater will be blowing right on your crotch.
Right.
So you're good.
We call that hot crotching. So, hey, we're going to go look at the Christmas lights. Going to hot crotch it this time.
I love it.
Well, the only other thing about decorations, so we like Christmas trees, and so we have these 2 pretty big windows on the front of our house. So we had to have a tree in each window, and then we have this little nook that's a good place for a tree. So we put one in there. I have a tree in my bedroom and one in my living room that's separate from the 2 in the front. So right this second, I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 9 Christmas trees fully decorated, set up inside my house right this second.
Okay. Now this thank you for saying that, because this really puts everything in perspective of just where you really are as far as your love for Christmas. 9 trees. I can't even believe that. I think you're lying.
You are Buddy the Elf, aren't you?
I will sing. I just love singing. Singing is my favorite. What can I say about it? I love it.
I don't even have room in my house for one. We have to do massive furniture moving just to clear out a spot for my tree, my one tree.
We do some moving around, obviously, but like I got this ledge that we've never put trees on before, but we put some trees up there. So it's just like a decoration ledge, like that's, you wouldn't do anything else with. So, 10 if you count the tree that I got for my fish tank. My fish tank.
Oh, you got to count that.
Has a tree inside of their tank now, and it says, "We fish you a Merry Christmas."
What? That's amazing.
I'm on board with that.
amazing.
Yeah, that's good.
Stupid.
That's good.
I love it. I put because the entirety of my house is decked out. Not just trees, but we've got garland and stuffed animals and sleighs all over the place. And then this fish tank, they just have a single added Christmas tree that says, "We fish you a Merry Christmas." And they're just like over it. I don't know if you guys know this about fishes, but they do not care about Christmas at all. And so it's perfect. It's like the perfect eye roll to everything that we're doing with their little Christmas tree I put in their tank. Which leads me to the next point. Your house didn't look good at all yesterday at Thanksgiving. I don't know.
I know, I'm sorry.
No decoration.
What about I did have some Thanksgiving decorations. I did not go Christmas yet.
No,
that is for the weekend.
Full disclosure,
it'll
be nice to have Thanksgiving without Christmas trees all in my face. So it'll be great. Okay, well, I could obviously talk about decorate. I didn't count Jovi's and Coda's tree. My kids each have a tree in their room, so I actually have 11 trees,
like
12 if you count the fish's tree. Yeah.
Well, of course you count the fish.
That just sounds like a lot of work.
Yes, it is a lot. But that's part of it, again, why we start in November is because we do so much. And
of course.
It's
How long does it take
which
you?
came first,
How long does it take you to dismantle all of that?
A long time. Like it's Black Friday. Let's not talk about the dismantling part yet.
Oh, okay.
We just got them up. We're still living
Right,
life.
we're
still in it.
I'll ask you about that in January. How many trees have you gotten down
First episode
yet?
of season 3.
Yeah. Right.
Now, I was going to ask you, Wopsle, one last thing. I know we're going long, but I remember you told me about a thing that you guys do where you have an ornament. Isn't it like a Christmas gift ornament, and then you put it on the tree? Something like that?
We pick out an ornament every year that represents the year as a family. So then every year, whenever we're putting up the ornaments, we're like, oh, hey, look at this. Like one is an open book because we moved from Duncan, Oklahoma to Oklahoma City, and it was a new chapter. So that says a new chapter, 2010, I think it was.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
every year we have an ornament that represents the year. Yes.
Now, don't you have though also ornaments from family members where you get an ornament for Christmas or something?
Yeah, we do that too. We have like a lot of people like to give us ornaments because they know that we love Christmas. And so that's fun. I have a lot of like friends and family over the years. Some I'm still in contact with or some I haven't seen in a while, but we still have these ornaments they gave us that we put up and talk about those people with our kids and stuff. So,
Right.
that the decoration of the sentimental tree, which of course is only one of the 12, is a great trip down memory lane in talking about, people. Yeah.
Well, this is good because eventually you are going to have to expand your sentimental trees, and you're already set up for that.
Right.
Because you're going to have so many sentimental items, you're going to have to expand, but you're already set up for any expansion that needs to be done. Good job.
That's true.
Thinking
Yes,
ahead.
yes.
Good job.
You're so smart.
Yeah. Listeners abroad, don't be afraid to send me more sentimental Christmas ornaments. I have plenty of room.
Right. And I'm gonna this is gonna be great. I'm gonna send you the worst ornament this year that I can find. The weirdest, stupidest
And
ornament.
you're going to have to put it up.
And it's gonna be Uncle Tony's special ornament. So
I love it. We listen. We've got some so bad that I challenge you to get one worse than the bust of Willie Nelson. We have this one that's the gaudy bust of Willie Nelson that's hideous that someone gave us. So yeah, I welcome it, Tone. I dare you.
okay.
Outdo Willie on my tree, and let's see.
All right.
See how that gets us.
You need to send us a picture of your Willie.
Oh, for sure.
Should I retake
my
that? I might
gosh.
have to cut that out. I think I have to cut that out. It sounded so bad.
Cut that out.
Okay, well, I could go on about decorations for hours and hours, but the people didn't come to us to hear our opinions about them, just the ratings. People often tell me, people often say, stop talking about the stuff and just rate them. They want us to do like a 5-minute podcast. So,
Right.
So let's go ahead and give the people what they want. Sherry, what do you rate Christmas decorations?
I'm going to have to rate Christmas decorations 1 burned out bulb out of a strand of 250.
Awesome.
Now that sounds
ruined the whole
bad, I
thing.
guess. Let me change that. I rate Christmas decorations, 249 good bulbs out of a strand of lights.
There you go.
That's
There
kind
you
of
go.
a stocking half full kind of situation you just did there.
I love the decorations. I don't necessarily want to put them up, but thanks for doing that so I can look at them. And
That's
also
great.
thanks for making me feel really bad because I don't do it. So
Listen, live and let live. That's what we've learned, I think, on this Christmas discussion. Tone, what do you rate Christmas decorations?
You know, I recently found out, I noticed that I have a tendency to rate everything 4 out of 5 somethings. And
Yeah.
or 9 out of 13 or 27 out
Sometimes
of
I do.
40.
yeah, sometimes I'll do that, but most of the time it's 4 out of 5. And so I'm going to rate this 4 out of 5 busts of Willie.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, then.
That sounds kind of bad, too.
I was going to
It
say,
does.
I don't know that we should.
Willie bust.
Wait a minute.
We got the hot crotch and the Willie bust. We're on fire here.
Oh, hot
Which
crotch.
was one of my favorite bands for sure from the 90s.
Yeah.
Hot crotch and the Willie bust.
All right. Well, for my rating this week, I can't rate this effectively because I need to bring in the expert and also the person that suggested this topic, my wife, Amy, to rate Christmas decorations. So, Amy, what do you rate Christmas decorations?
I'm going to go ahead and rate Christmas decorations, how many decorated Christmas trees I have in my house. And that is 12 decorated Christmas trees. Going on 20. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
12 going on 20. Thanks, Amy.
Thanks, Amy.
You're welcome. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to all.
Oh, kick the cool.
All right. Well, that was a good topic. I mean, there's nothing better in the world than some Christmas decorations, except, Thanksgiving. And anyway, I digress. So, Shishi, let's get to your topic of the day. What do you got?
Guys, we cannot talk about Christmas without talking about all the wonderful Christmas movies.
Let's
Oh,
get
boy.
it.
Let's get it. We're going to talk about the movies.
Let's go.
I just got like 10 times nerdier. So, So, Tone, what do you think about Christmas movies?
Obviously, best one ever is going to be a tie. Everyone knows this. It's a tie between Elf
Oh,
and A Christmas Story.
Disagree.
Wow.
That's what I'm thinking. That's my first thought.
I don't.
That's wild. It's a wild claim.
Okay. Well, you're going to have to give us evidence. But first, let's hear what Wopsle has to say about movies. His first thoughts.
I thought I was going to be alone in loving Elf the way that I do because it's kind of newer and people, don't always love the newer ones. But still,
Right.
Everything is trash compared to Christmas Vacation. It's the only movie that must happen every Christmas. It's so good.
It is.
But yeah,
So-
I love Christmas movies. Christmas movies get you. If driving around looking at lights don't do it, watching a good Christmas movie is going to get you right there.
So
Yeah.
I have to interject with my favorite all-time Christmas movie, and that is It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh,
It's
wow.
a Wonderful Life is my all-time favorite Christmas movie, and I think it's been hiding on some cable channel I don't have because I haven't been able to see it in the past few years. I think I'm going to have to actually buy a DVD and not rely on streaming because I can't find it.
Right.
So maybe somebody can tell me where it is. Maybe I'm just too old and can't, it's on some newfangled thing. I don't know.
They're like, it's on Pluto. You can find it on Pluto.
You're so old.
I've been watching things on Pluto. But hey, can I ask you guys a question about movies before we dig in a little bit more? Is there a movie that is not the best, not a classic, but like to you, it's kind of like your favorite Christmas movie, sort of? Do you have one that's like, maybe I'm saying like your like guilty pleasure Christmas movie?
Right.
I don't know because I feel like these Christmas movies are very specific. So if you like it, it's good, because they're kind of like they hit you a certain way. So like Elf, it's okay. Mm-hmm. It's okay. So, I mean, even if I had a guilty pleasure about it, I would still think it was a good movie. So I don't know if I can separate that out.
You don't have one that's a bad movie that you like anyway. Is what I guess
No,
what I'm
I don't
asking.
think so.
Okay.
I think if even if it's a bad movie, it's your opinion that it's a bad movie. That's what I say.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Well, I don't know the what's the one that where they with Vince Vaughn and where they go to all the Christmases, all
Four
the
Christmases.
different
That's
family-
mine, Tone. That's my guilt. That's the
Okay,
best. It's so good, but it's
so
really
good.
bad.
But it's a bad movie. Yeah,
But
I
it's
watched
so
it
good.
last year.
Yes. That's the
I don't-
epitome
Yeah.
of great Christmas movies. That's actually a really bad movie, but it's great.
I generally.
I mean, it's got Tim McGraw in it. It's got Tim McGraw in it. I mean,
Oh man! See,
He's like
I
a
generally
UFC
avoid
wrestler,
Vince Vaughn, so I haven't seen it. But I didn't know Tim McGraw was in it, so I might watch it for that.
And Dwight Yoakam.
Oh,
And Dwight
well, there
Yoakam.
you go.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I can sit
that-
through some Vince Vaughn for that.
I can't believe I nailed it. Yes,
Got it in one.
Because I was just
Got
going
one.
through all the list of all the movies, all of the Christmas, like the TV specials from the 60s and, like
Right.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and the one with the heat miser and the cold miser. I can't remember what that one's called.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think I love all. How about Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer? That's pretty bad. But I
movie?
remember enjoying
Wow.
it.
There's a movie called that?
Yes.
Never heard
I
of
didn't
that.
even know that.
And I think a lot of
Oh,
these I
that's-
watched with
yeah.
my kids, so I enjoyed it through their eyes, but I can't remember.
There are certain movies that are much more that you're going to love when you're a kid. And so it's almost like two separate categories to me because, obviously like Frosty the Snowman and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but I don't want to watch those as an adult. Now I want to watch Vince Vaughn get on the ground and wrestle with Tim McGraw. So,
If there's
and as a kid,
wrestling involved, I will be there.
yeah, you got to go see this movie.
It's a good one, She. Seriously, add it to your list. It's wonderful.
But so you got the adult movies and then the kid movies. I think for the kid movies, I'm gonna have to here in a minute. I'm gonna have to talk about Frosty the Snowman at length because that was my favorite Christmas movie growing up.
Oh, wow.
Was Frosty?
I
the
think
Snowman.
that one's kind of bad,
Oh yeah,
to be honest.
it's pretty bad. We'll talk about that in a minute.
I know a lot of people's favorite movie, because I think to your point, Tone, you're right. There's kind of two different categories, which is why I think whether it's your favorite or not, I don't know, but Home Alone 1 and 2
Yeah.
are so stellar because they're great when you're a kid, but they still hold up, but are still great when you're an adult. That one
That's
really,
right.
really spans all generations and interest levels, I think.
And then another classic kind of cult favorite probably is Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes.
That can be
Yes,
Halloween
yes.
and Christmas. So that kind of
Right.
does both.
Yeah, since I start Christmas on October 15th, then that movie is
That's the perfect one.
for me. Yeah.
Well, one really cool thing about Wopsle said that, or she says that her favorite movie is
It's a Wonderful
the Jimmy
Life.
Stewart. It's a Wonderful Life, and the great thing about that is Wopsle actually does an incredible Jimmy Stewart impersonation from using lines from that movie.
Awesome.
Right, Wopsle?
Yeah, let's hear
Yeah.
some.
Well, yeah, like I love that movie where he says, Merry Christmas, savings alone. Merry Christmas, park bench on the street. Wow. He says, Merry
That's
Christmas, it's a
uncanny.
wonderful life.
It's uncanny. Jimmy
uncanny.
Stewart back
Yeah,
from the dead.
I always do the Clarence. That's what I always do.
Spot on. Nailed
Different
it.
vibes,
Pretty
still
good. Pretty
uncanny.
good Jimmy Stewart. Yep. Shishi, you got one?
Zuzu's Petals.
Okay, now wait a minute. I've never seen It's a Wonderful Life. Are you guys actually quoting the movie, or are y'all just punking me right now?
I quoted the movie. And yes,
Okay.
both of us did. Yeah, these are characters you
Yeah.
don't know if you've never seen the movie.
Yeah, no. Y'all sound like crazy people right now.
You've never seen that movie, Wopsle?
No.
Is there some sort of like story behind that?
No, it's just, I don't know. Nobody showed it to me. And then kind of once you get older, then you don't always go back and watch those ones. So
Wopsle,
yeah.
I have to correct you because this movie was shown to you.
Oh, yeah.
Every year it came on TV and we sat and watched it and you played with your trucks on the floor while it was on. So, I mean, I know that it's in your brain somewhere. It's in there.
It's gotta be.
I don't know.
Because Mom and I used to watch it.
It's Amy's dad's favorite movie, so I do try to fake it to him that I know it sometimes. But
Right. By doing that Jimmy Stewart.
yeah, that's why I've developed that so good. It's because every time it's Christmas, I say "Merry Christmas, Taylor," and he's like, there it is again.
You watched that movie. I know you did.
You must have seen the movie. So we watched it on the way over here.
Now this might be silly.
It might be silly.
Sillier than what you're saying, but I want to get serious for a sec because when you said that you had never seen that movie, Wopsle, it made me want to cry. I almost cried.
Oh, no.
You have to see it. You have to see
if it's
it.
your favorite, okay. This seems like a pretty good exchange. I'll watch that if you watch Four Christmases. That seems like a one-to-one trade-off. Okay,
I will. I'll even rent it if I have to. I will watch it.
I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix or something. I think I saw it on there the other day.
Okay, we'll trade.
Yeah, you got to check it.
All right.
So, do you guys watch the Hallmark channel has a whole bunch of Christmas movies? Do you guys ever watch that? Mm-hmm. That stuff?
Yes.
I don't.
I know that there's, I think it's mostly like a lady thing, probably, because they're romantic type movies. I don't watch them, but I know a lot of women who do. So, Wopsle, you kind of sounded like when I said that, and you were like, yes. That sounded a little doubtful.
My favorite one, so they all have the same. They're all Candace Bergman Cameron. What's her name?
Candace
it's all her.
Bergen.
Candy Bergman.
Yeah, all Candy is in on all of them. But my favorite one's relatively new, and it is called Feliz Navidad, and it has Mario Lopez in it.
Oh,
and
Mario!
And it's so good because he's a package delivery man. Wink, wink, Hallmark Channel, and he's like then delivering packages to this lady, and then they fall in love. So,
oh, how cute is that?
Feliz Navidad is worth your time.
That sounds good.
That's a funny title. I love punny titles. That's great.
Feliz Navidad. Oh my goodness. It just re-hit me all of a sudden.
It is either punny or like wildly insensitive or just like stupid. And I'm not sure which one of those three it is.
It can be all three at the same time.
Yeah. I was going to say it might be a combo.
True.
Well, I think we're going over, so we probably better get our ratings in there. So, Tony, what do you rate Christmas movies?
Oh.
You didn't even think about it, did you?
I'm going to rate it. This is a little out there, but I'm going to rate it 4 out of 5. Of course.
Oh, it's so far out there.
4 out of 5 times of Zooey Deschanel singing Christmas songs in the shower. 4 out of 5 of those. 4 songs out of 5 songs. Yeah. So that's our high rating for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, very high.
I love Christmas movies.
And Zooey Deschanel.
And Zooey Deschanel in the shower. Hey.
Wait a
minute.
All right, Wopsle, what do you rate Christmas movies?
Obviously, again, I love Christmas decorations and I also love Christmas movies so much. So I would say, how stoked am I about Christmas movies? Well, if I woke up tomorrow morning with my head sewn to the carpet, I wouldn't be more stoked than I am right now. Which is what I think my favorite line from Christmas Vacation.
Yeah. Christmas Vacation.
It's so good. That movie's got to have the most one-liners out of all the good Christmas movies. Just so many good little quips.
And I feel like I was dismissive of it earlier because I didn't really talk about it, but I love that movie too. That's a very close second on my favorites of all time.
Yeah. Good.
All right. So I'm going to have to rate Christmas movies 9 out of 10 Zuzu's Petals in my pocket.
Oh.
What are these things you're talking about?
You have to watch the movie.
You might not know.
You have to watch
You might not know Zuzu's Petals. And, well, I don't know if you're aware of this, Wopsle, but every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew that, but it's true.
I didn't know that. Huh.
Well, now you do.
Isn't that the line?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where that came from. So,
Wait, that's It's a Wonderful Life?
yes.
Uh-huh.
I thought that movie was
Or
like
were you thinking of the wrong movie this whole time?
No, I thought It's a Wonderful Life was kind of grounded in reality. Isn't it like everything's sad and depressing the whole time?
Well,
But then he realizes like the world was okay with him in there or something?
yes.
Then what,
Yeah.
why are angels getting their wings? What does that have to do with anything? That's wild.
That's Clarence.
Well, Clarence is an angel.
Oh, spoiler alert. Hey,
buddy.
spoiler,
yeah,
everyone.
so
No, that's not a spoiler alert.
I think that Clarence may be the first voice we hear in the movie. So
It is, yeah.
So it's not like
probably
revealed
fine.
at the end
The
he was an angel all along.
no,
The movie starts out
No.
with Clarence going, "Hi, I'm Clarence, and I'm an angel."
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's the furthest thing from a spoiler alert.
I want you to watch it with your whole family. Okay.
Okay.
Gotta watch
Yes.
it.
We will.
The kids will be bored. They will definitely be bored out of their mind.
Yeah. They can play with their trucks on the floor and absorb
Yeah,
it.
exactly. That's what I say. I'll give them some trucks, put them on the floor, and watch it over them. That's as is the way.
Well, I'll tell you what. This was another good topic. I'm really feeling this Christmas vibe that we got going
I
here.
know.
And in order to keep it going, we need to go to the 5-star review. Let's go to the 5-star review.
Let's go. Ho, ho, ho.
Okay, welcome to the 5-star review, everyone, where we have someone pay us money for talking about them. And I do a little impromptu song about it, apparently.
Nice. As usual.
Yeah, as usual. So this time we are sponsored by Thanksgiving Leftovers. Thanksgiving Leftovers contacted me via email, and they said, "Can you talk about us and we'll pay you a lot of money?" I don't know if they only pay in turkey. I'm not sure yet, but somehow we will get reimbursed.
The leftovers emailed you.
Yeah.
Okay.
The leftovers. So I don't know. Can you still eat them if they're sentient? I don't know.
Well, we do.
Wait. We need to hone in on this. The leftovers emailed you and said, "What are we supposed to advertise about them now again? To eat them?
Yeah.
Or to not?
I guess. I don't know. They didn't specify. They said talk about us.
Oh.
Well,
So are they going to pay us in like turkey salad sandwiches? Is that how we're?
I'll email them back
Because
right
I could
now.
go for that.
go ahead. Yeah.
Turkey salad. I'm just sending them turkey salad, question mark.
Okay.
And they responded, they said, yes, question mark.
Okay.
So
okay.
I don't know what that means.
Sounds
they
like we
thought-
could.
Because they thought you were just addressing them directly.
Oh.
Like, is this turkey salad?
Yes.
And they're like, yes.
Yes, this is turkey salad.
Turkey salad? Is that you?
So what did you guys, what did you guys think about before we had the leftovers when everything was actually happening on Thanksgiving Day? Shishi, what did you think about the turkey day?
Well, I was just remembering when I don't know if you guys remember this, but when I dropped the turkey and it landed on Jovi's head. And so we were trying to get it off, but she kept trying to run away, and so we had Jovi running around the house with a
and
turkey
she was
on
banging
her head.
banging her chicken, banging her turkey head onto
Yeah.
every wall. Yeah.
But, it turned out okay. She just sat there until we were done and then we could get it off. We just all pulled off pieces and ate.
Just carved it around
Just
her head. Yeah, exactly.
And she was very calm. Yeah. She was fine. She was eating inside there too. So she was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was
and
stuffing.
she's agreed to do that every year because the angle to carve a turkey upright like that is actually much easier.
It's way better.
So I said, Jovi, can we just plop this turkey on your head every Thanksgiving? And she's like, yeah, bring it on.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a cutting board. This is our version of a cutting board. We're just going to put it on her head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yesterday at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, yesterday at Thanksgiving. That was awesome. Thanks, Thanksgiving leftovers.
Thanksgiving leftovers.
You're so damn fed up that you gotta complain. You brought a letter. You'll feel better. Reviews.
All right. Well, that was our 5-star review, and oh boy, that was a weird one. I don't know if our listeners are going to feel that, but we all felt like, boy, that was a weird moment. But we're going to go ahead to our final review this week, and I have that one. So here's the main thing that I need to say for this final review of the week. Frosty the Snowman. Right?
Right.
Those are the
Frosty
words.
the Snowman is what we're going to cover on this last review of the day. Wopsle, what do you think about Frosty the Snowman?
You know, he's pretty iconic, obviously. He's pretty great. Here's what I don't ever remember, and I lay awake at night thinking about this. Before he transforms into the real walking around Frosty, does he have arms?
He has stick arms, I believe.
Yes.
No?
So his stick arms become
Are we talking about
snow?
the TV show?
Yes. I never know
What
if he has
else is
arms
there?
beforehand or not. Do they sprout out because of the top hat? And I've never actually tried to figure it out. I just lie awake at night fretting about it. So that's the first thing that I think about with Frosty. As soon as you start to talk about it, I said, is this the day I find out whether or not he had arms before he transformed?
Well, let me go ahead and tell you. He does have arms once he transforms. Yes, I see it here. He has arms before he transforms.
Snowy
And they're
arms.
not twig arms. They're made of snow.
Okay.
Snow arms.
Those kids were really ambitious.
Right. That's a wild engineering feat. Good job, kids.
It's really amazing. Good job, kids. Shishi, what do you think? What's your first thoughts about Frosty the Snowman?
Well, if we're talking about the TV show, that really gives me the creeps. The TV special,
Oh, yeah.
Frosty the Snowman, gives me the creeps. Then I think about the song, and that thing is so overplayed in my brain that I want to kick it into outer space. And
Okay.
but the concept of a snowman that comes to life and says, "Happy birthday," is really cute. And I just wonder how come it got ruined, you know? Like, how did why don't I like it more?
Yeah.
I don't know. I like
Right.
Frosty
I
the
think-
Snowman as a character and as a concept.
But it skeeves you out a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. I think the art style, maybe. I don't necessarily think it's the storyline or anything, or the it's not that he is a creepy person. It's just I think the art style is creepy to me. I
little
don't
weird.
know why.
You know, it is a weird thing. I mean, it's such a wild thing that they always okay, I haven't seen the show in years, many years. But I think that they melt him accidentally like 8 times in a 30-minute show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like the dude is always getting melted, and then it's just a puddle with a top hat.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, it's like, hey, let's hide in this greenhouse. It's like you didn't learn from when you went into the pizza parlor and the other time when you went into the bakery and then when you went into grandma's house with the fireplace raging and then you thought, well, let's do the greenhouse instead. Come on, kids.
Yeah. And Frosty is like, he's like, okay, well, I got to go to work at the soup kitchen.
Yeah.
And then, what are you doing? You're going to melt.
You're out of sick leave, Frosty. What are you going to do?
Frosty calls in. All that's left is like half of his head, half of his mouth. He's like, I got to call in today. I'm not going to be able to make it. Happy birthday. I think that's one of my favorite things in the world. And every time anyone says happy birthday, that's what I hear. Happy birthday. Like it was so awesome.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm born.
Not enough people just yell happy birthday to themselves, right? On the day they're born, the way that Frosty does.
I do it every year. I do. When I wake up on my birthday every year, I go, happy birthday. Now, here's an interesting thing too. Frosty has a little pink flower on his top hat. Does anybody know why?
Because the kids put it there for decoration.
The kids
didn't they?
Is it for is it for Breast Cancer Awareness Month?
That's what it is.
The sun is why we lost Frosty, but everybody knows he did lose his great aunt to breast cancer, so he's commemorating her.
Well, and here's a picture. Here's a picture
That's weird.
of Frosty and Mrs. Frosty. I don't remember Mrs. Frosty.
Well, apparently there were 4 movies, four seasonal sequels. 3 sequels to the original.
The great thing about those, of course, is that the whole running gag is when is he going to get melted? That's every episode. You're like, when is he going to get melted?
Well, now I'm trying to really pinpoint what creeped me out as a kid about this show, because it's just a cartoon. Why did it creep me out? I started to think maybe it's because all the other specials that I liked the most were stop motion animation. And so since this one was just drawn, I thought it was cheaper. I'm not sure. I'm still not sure. But, it came out in 1969. I wasn't born till 70, so I've been watching it my entire life. So something happened when I was 3 while this show was on.
Yes.
And of course, I'm not going to remember it, but it's still in there somewhere.
Well, it's one of those things. There's a lot of things that, when you're a kid, there's some like a lot of fairy tales and stuff like that are way too adult and way too depressing, like Bambi's mom getting shot or whatever. Like there's a history of this in children's tales.
I don't think there's do you think it was the constant deaths, Frosty's constant death and the kids crying maybe that was dramatic.
They're playing all this extremely sad music, and Frosty's just a puddle with a hat. I mean, come on.
I should go watch it again and see if anything triggers me.
Right. Pinpoint it. Yeah. Well, and didn't he hop on a train with the kids? They were trying to take him north or something. And so he was just like, all these kids just hopped on the train with him to go north or something? Like what? They kidnapped those kids. I think Frosty kidnaps those kids. And then to get away, they take him into the greenhouse. It's actually they're trying to they're trying to escape.
It turns dark in there somewhere is what you're saying.
If I recall, it's a little fun. The details are fuzzy, but
now I find the lyrics really interesting. There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found.
Oh, right. I forgot about that aspect. Because if his hat blows off, he just freezes back into a snowman.
Oh, yeah, that's right. But how funny is that how many times has a kid just been walking along building a snowman and go, oh, look, there's a old silk hat.
Well, never.
What happened? I mean, imagine this moment. The kids this is why you got traumatized, Shishi, because imagine this moment. You're a kid. You're like, oh, we got the snowman all made up. Let's put the finishing touch on. And he began to dance around. Whoa. Oh, what is happening? He's not talking. He's not telling you, don't worry, children.
He's just jigging it up.
Just getting it going.
I wish you could see what I'm doing right now. I wish I could see what you're doing right now.
Chair dancing, chair dancing.
He just yelled happy birthday and started twerking. And you're like, this is out of his mind. He doesn't even know what day it is. And now he's getting crazy.
All right. Well, let's get out of here. Wopsle, what do you rate Frosty the Snowman?
So I'm going to rate Frosty the Snowman 2 birds of kicking the cool.
2 birds of kicking the cool. Okay, Shishi, what do you rate Frosty the Snowman?
All right. So I'm going to have to rate Frosty the Snowman one too many magical hats.
You know, whoever made that hat and put the magic in it is probably like, could I get that hat back, please? It was awesome.
Yeah.
And what happens if a normal person puts it on? Do they turn into a Frosty?
Oh, gosh.
Ooh, is Frosty in the hat, or does the hat just animate whatever it's put on?
Yeah, this is what we need to know.
I think that question has been answered, but I cannot remember the details. We're going to have to go back and
Wasn't
watch
there
it all.
a wizard? Wasn't there a wizard that made the hat that wanted his hat back and kept trying to steal it from Frosty? I think that was the thing.
Oh.
He wanted the hat. I don't know if he wanted it back, though. Or if he
Yeah.
just wanted
Didn't they
to
find
get
it in a trunk like it was their grandpa's hat? If this was
the
made in
magic
69, then the era of hats was just a couple of decades. You know, like they didn't wear top hats in the 60s, I guess, but they did in the 40s. Didn't they?
Magical hats had just gone out of style at that point.
That's true. That's very true. Well, I'm going to rate Frosty the Snowman thumpity, thump, thump, thumpity, thump, thump. That's it. That's my
Nice.
rating.
Look at Frosty
The weirdest.
It's a
Look at
fascinator.
Frosty go.
A fascinator.
Thumpity. What's thumping? What is thumping?
Thumpity.
Why are we even talking about thumping?
go. Thumpity thump thump. Yeah, like that's not the sound that he makes.
Look at Frosty
no, he
go.
never makes a thump sound.
It's his,
Are they,
it's his
yeah,
jig.
are they saying is he running like a bear across the snow?
That's terrifying.
This is the scariest episode. This is the Halloween episode.
Turns out it is a Halloween episode. We didn't know.
Wow.
All right, guys. Well, let's get out of here. I think that does it for this week.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, this is the last episode of this season, which means the last one of this year. So, but we are going to come back next year, right after the holidays. And if you have a review that you would like us to cover, we would love to start season 3 with some fresh reviews. You're sitting around, off work, chilling. Send those to reviews@kick.cool or any way that you can find us. We would love to have them.
We sure would. And we also want to thank the band Bugs for letting us use the song Reviews as our theme song. Please go like their Facebook page and, just honk your horn. Just honk your horn one time in honor of Bugs. If you're not in a car, just make the horn sound with your mouth.
Oh, God.
What's cool? What's cool? Right. What's cool about that tone is when you're just out and about and you hear someone honk the horn, you will know that they are listening to Kick.
Yeah.
Cool. So you'll have that.
It's not
that's
because
that
you cut
comes
them
right.
off. It's because they love
Right.
bugs. Yeah, totally.
I'll feel much better about my driving experience.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and we can also take your suggestions via direct message on all of our social media platforms as Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Kick the Cool. Send them in.
Thank you so much for listening, everyone. Merry Christmas.
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 Until next time, I'm Tone.
I'm Wop.
I'm she. Sorry.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.
It's lovely weather for a sleigh ride, kicking the cool. The snow is falling and friends are calling. Get the cool. It's lovely weather for a sleigh ride, kicking the cool. We're riding in a wonder, kick the cool. Not at all.
And so that's not, I guess that's not talking about leftovers, though, is it? I don't know how I even thought this was going to work. It's not working. It's definitely not
Thought of a
working.
story? A stupid ass story.
It's so bad.